Welcome back. I'm Richard HAASNOOT, and I'm your host for this Advanced Wisdom series, where my goal is to help you live more of a wisdom-inspired life, which is the highest form of life that us humans can live. In these episodes, I also make very specific suggestions about how you can live more of a wisdom-inspired life. So the wisdom in these episodes comes from three God-realized enlightened avatars that I've studied the most: Krishna, Jesus, and Paramahansa Yogananda. So as God-realized enlightened avatars, when they speak or write, we are benefiting from the wisdom of God itself. So let's get into today's episode. Quote, "When human knowing and feeling is calmed by meditation, the ordinary agitated ego gives way to the blessed calmness of soul perception." This short little statement has a tremendous amount of truth and meaning to it. Namely, through the course of meditation, our goal is to calm down, to let the chatter, the monkey mind of the ego settle. I've talked in previous episodes how Sogyal Rinpoche, who I studied, a great Tibetan master studied with, described meditation as when you sit, you're like a jar of muddy water, and you just leave the jar there and let it settle and let it settle. And what eventually happens is all the mud settles to the bottom, and then what emerges is clarity above that. Okay? Settle. Okay? When you do that, you then open up a pathway to the blessed calmness of soul perception. Again, the soul is that spark of divinity in all of us, the reflection of God in us, that is also the voice of our intuition. Okay? So how do you go about doing this? Well, you kind of got to start with self-awareness. Okay? Aware of all the chatter that's going on in your mind, which usually happens without us thinking too much about it, and how our mind jumps from one topic to another. Just being aware that all that jumble and muddy water is going on. Okay? Self-awareness. And then over time, you become more aware of the calmness that's gradually emerging in meditation. The second thing is let go of attachment. Attachment is to all kinds of things: ideas, thinking, things, people, beliefs, all that is attachment. And you gradually need to let go of all that. Okay? Now, you don't let go of it all at one time. I got that. But just gradually let go of those things that have the most negative energy associated with them. Let them go. Let them go. And don't be discouraged when the first 5, 10, 20 times of trying to let them go doesn't work. Keep at it. Loosen the knot gradually and let it go. And lastly, practice self-reflection and inquiry. Reflect on yourself. Ask questions about, why do I think this way? Why do I do this? Just get to know yourself a whole lot better as a part of the process. Okay? Short little sentence, but a lot of help there for you. Next quote: "Wisdom reveals the righteous path, and the cleansed heart desires and loves to follow that path." Absolutely. Wisdom does reveal the righteous path, the path of goodness, the path of divinity, the path of God, the path that takes us to a wisdom-inspired life, all of that. And the cleansed heart, when we cleanse our heart of anger and all sorts of negative thoughts, loves to follow that path. It brings us happiness. It brings us joy. We do good things. We help people, all of that. So how do you go about doing this? Well, start by seeking knowledge. You can do that by reading sacred texts. I read the works of Paramahansa Yogananda on a daily basis. Second, cultivate discernment. Learn to discern between truth and falsehood, between wisdom and ignorance. Discernment, okay? The contrast. And you'll like one, and you won't like the other one so much, and that's a chance to let it go. And the third one is live in integrity, okay? Be truthful, be good, be caring, be grateful, all of that, okay? So a lot here in a couple of very short sentences. As always, I deeply appreciate you listening to these episodes, and I look forward to reconnecting with you soon. Thank you very much.